Hey, what's up, guys? It's Guilty here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon? Hopefully all are doing well. I know I am. So, we're back with some more killer in the public test build, which I am excited for. I've really, if you can't tell, been enjoying this killer. And I know that it's only been like a day since the killer came out. But I have a question for you, those of you who consume Dead by Daylight content outside of the stream. I'm curious to know if anyone has a similar thought to me, that I was watching a lot of content creators last night, trying out the artists, and using them in some really strange ways. Some ways in which I had not thought of, and not necessarily for the better. And it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure just because they're so new and mechanically in depth, where I'm not seeing a lot of people use crows for information, not seeing a lot of people lock down tight tiles, kind of using them in some really unorthodox ways. Saw some interesting perk combos. I saw some interesting perk combos as well, yeah. But yeah, kind of just like, it piqued my interest, like, huh. I wonder if, like, they are just so mechanically in depth, because normally when I see the PTBs and I see some of the larger content creators kind of get a hold of them, I see them very quickly, you know, jumping into it, understanding how to use their power. Though I guess there were some exceptions to that rule, like Twins. Twins was really undervalued when they first came out, as people did not understand how powerful Twins was. And maybe it's a similar thing with the artist, where people just aren't really grasping how to use her appropriately yet, or to her fullest. I really do feel like she's kind of in this area of people still very much trying to figure her out. Seen a lot on Twitter about people wanting 20 minutes for a game and people DC straight away. If that happens too much, we might move back to live. We'll have to wait and see. But that's miserable if that's the case. I almost wish in some senses that the PTB would be a private test build instead of a public test build that maybe you had to apply for. Just that way the people playing it were a little bit more, how should I say, invested. And I feel like if maybe it was a private test build, that also would allow you to, like, have everything unlocked and everyone could play, yada yada yada. Survivors ruined PTB. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, we'll definitely agree with you there. But yeah, no, biggest thing I found when watching a lot of content creation of some of the larger DBD content creators is that I kind of watched how they start playing the artists, and I go, huh, interesting. And it's like I said, it's not necessarily for the better. It's kind of like, what is going on here? And it just comes down to, I think, people have not yet got a full grasp of her power, which I love. I love seeing people still learning her. And that means to me that she, as I did mention, is mechanically in depth. Am I into boxing? Not really. You know, if it's on and someone's watching it while I watch it with them, sure. Will I go to my to wait to watch boxing? Not really. Honestly, I don't really watch a lot of sports on the TV if I'm in person. It's a lot of a different thing for me. I'm very much into atmosphere, so like, do I enjoy watching baseball on the TV? No. Will I watch baseball in person? Yes. Did I ever play Fight Night back on Xbox? I can't recall. I don't believe so, though. Yo, what's up, Steam? How's it going? How's it going? Hopefully doing well. The artist says hi to you as well. Now, let's see how long the wait time will end up being. That will be the question of the day. Hey, what's up, Kingful? Will they finally bring it back like 10 years? EA got leaked hard? Man, I feel like every company just like ends up with leaks left and right. Like there's no way around it. They just end up getting leaks after leaks after leaks. It's kind of insane. The whole email got leaked? Yes, yeah, I didn't see any of that. Harder with tech nowadays? It is. No, you're not wrong. It's harder with tech nowadays, and I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those things that I think most companies should assume at this point is that there are no secrets. Head into a GI specialist tomorrow. That's good, Steen. I think that is a good idea if you're still not feeling fantastic. So good that you're seeking medical assistance to better understand what exactly is going on. Last thing you want is for something major to come up. Man, I'm really hoping that we get to play some more artists today. Like I said yesterday, I really did enjoy her gameplay, and I cannot wait for her to come to live. Also, technical security is expensive. This is true. That, and also, as someone who worked in IT, it's hard to manage people appropriately. A lot of IT departments have no clue what they're doing, and simply because when a lot of businesses start up, like the owner of a business will give the IT role to someone who has zero IT experience or has zero idea what they're doing. It tends to be the case. PTB times are rough. They weren't bad yesterday. Like 10 minutes was honestly pretty palatable. Once it gets up to like the 20-minute mark, though, that's where it's like, maybe we move to something else for the day. I just wish that, I don't know, like, I don't know what the solution would be. I think maybe during the PTBs, what they should do is kind of what I've recommended in general to reduce queue times, which would be to just have a single queue, which you can set a preference for killer or survivor, and it just gets you into a game as quickly as possible based on what's available. Hiring security analysts and cybersecurity experts is more than some businesses want to spend. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is that if you look up on the return on investment, yeah, the expense for those people is high, but the expense for, you know, ransomware, the expense for breaches in data security, stuff like that is even more expensive. But I think it's the only way I would have got it leaked is by someone who sent the email to, so no security problem as of now. Well, it isn't a security problem, it's a culture problem in that regard. They're a multi-billion company, so you thought. Well, it's not just that, it's the people. It comes down to, you know, for example, on certain, like, email settings are screenshots of allowed. If the answer is yes, the question is why. Did someone take a picture of their phone? Well, in that case, you might be able to tell, give or take of information who that person is, and thus, you know, make the company more secure by removing them so they don't leak future information, yada, yada, yada. So, like, cybersecurity is more than just simply, is your device secure? And yeah, it more likely than not was leaked by an employee, you were correct. And so it comes down to EA to kind of sleuth out who that was, and that person is more likely than not getting fired. Do not leak company information unless you do not mind suffering the consequences. Kind of is what it is. You think it would have been a meeting, not an email? Well, that comes into another conversation of, you know, if it was an email, it's probably two people who needed to be in the know, which does obviously consolidate the pool of suspects of who the leaker is, right? So that's a big thing, unless they had the ability to forward email chains, in which case that is something that any company should understand when to set things as confidential to where they're not able to be forwarded or not able to be replied all or to add recipients, yada, 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 right? So there's a lot of conversation to be had there. But that being said, we did get into a game. It's about 10 minutes, which honestly is not too bad, so I was pretty happy with that. Interesting. Am I crazy? Or did I think that the new survivor didn't have cosmetics available in the store in the PTB? Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Yet I see, I very clearly, you know, you think a hacker. That'd be my suspicion, right? Unless something happened and behavior like effed up. Because there was an update. I did download that right before stream, and I haven't checked, so maybe not a hacker. Maybe just a situation where we obviously didn't check the store because, you know, why are you unlocking cosmetics during a PTB? That would be my main question there. So it still raises a few questions. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and find out, shall we? On Rancid, you say? Alright. Well, let's get our free lethal pursuer. So, 1, 2, 3. And there's one to my left. Excellent. I mean, this is actually not a horrible map for me, to be honest. We got that on you. So far from our potential hacker friend, nothing too suspicious. Alright, where are you heading off to, bud? Really? Surprised that didn't hit, but should hit now. Don't think we'll have much issue here. Interesting. I'm surprised that actually did not injure. I thought that was within the flight path, but apparently not. Alright, well, they'll get the first gen. That's fine. Unless you have multiple hits, I don't think they get off my shoulder. I mean, it's a good attempt. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Alright, looks like they jumped off the gen. Now, we did see blood over here. I'm not sure where it went, though. Is the only problem. Let's break this. Try and go for the Jill, then, shall we? Alright, we got that there. Fantastic. And since we boxed them out of that, we'll get it down as well. Yeah, I do wish that they would change corn in a meaningful way to make it easier to see. No one over on this side. Now then, I do see scratch marks over here. Very possible that they may have slow vaulted that window to avoid detection, but I can't say with certainty. Alright, we see Mikhail over here. And there's our friend. Alright, we'll get our hit. Looks like he's gonna go over into the barn house. Alright, we got crows on you. Fantastic. Unfortunately, most of the time, you can get the crows off if you're getting them off immediately. I will mention that fact. Yeah, see, for the most part, there's not much that you as a killer can do. So I wonder if there's an add-on that would help with that. As a new shirt for free? Gotcha, that makes sense then. I'll have to look at the add-ons for the artist and see if there's something that helps increase the time it takes to get rid of the swarm. Because if so, I think that might become one of the better add-ons. There's a boon totem here, which means maybe Shadow Step, potentially exponential as well. Perfect. Sorry to say, but you are not my target, my friend. See if you have decisive. No decisive. Let's check this gen, check that gen, and this gen. Alright, looks like I'm pretty sure that's Michaela. That is Michaela, perfect. They finished a gen, so probably 2 people based on the way I saw those crows move. I was hoping that maybe that might hit Jill, because she was working around that area as well. Can someone explain to me what just happened? My game lagged up a storm. That was very odd. That was very, very odd. Alright, let's get some Scourge Hook going. I need to kill someone off, I do believe, at this point. See if we can get some information on our obsession. They were over here. Oh, scratch marks again. Going where is the question? You kind of have to be mindful of the cooldown of your power a little bit more than you might think. Because if one does disappear, it does force it fully out of cooldown. It's not like you lose a charge. You just actually completely have to go through a full cooldown. Pretty significant, actually. Yeah, those type of situations, not where you want to be. Let's get you on another Scourge Hook, get some more regression going. Perfect. We got a hit on the new survivor, excellent. Now, where are you heading off to, bud? Perfect. Alright, let's get you down and out of the game, especially on 2 gens. It's kind of where we need to be. Get someone on Death Hook. And then I guess we can put you on a Scourge Hook to get some more regression as well. People here. And it looks like they did a smart thing and jump off. I think that's what you need to do against this killer. If they have information on your exact whereabouts, jumping off the gen is a must. Alright. box them out of that window, otherwise they get hit with a swarm of crows. And I think we should be able to get this down here. It'll take a bit longer than I'd like, though, I will admit. There we go. Alright, let's get you onto a hook. Ideally a scourge hook to boot. And then we only have another 5 hooks to go to close this match out. Also, gonna take me a while to remember that the new survivor's name is Jonah. Up you go. Got someone over there. Big load of nothing there. Alright. So where might ya lot be? Those 2 gens must have had very similar progression. Interesting. Also, I love when you snuff out a boon totem as this killer. It sounds metallic, like you're closing a hatch. I think it might be because of the same animation. They might be using the same sound file as well. Rude. What in the world is going on with that? These false hits are kind of insane. Now, let's get you up. We need a scourge hook for sure. Otherwise, we'll probably get that gen over there by the harvester. Bring you over here. And I think it's what, 12% regression as we speak? You know what I could do? I could rekindle that totem over there to try and get some gen slowdown as well. A little bit early on that. So I had the right idea. Getting some work done on my stream and Discord setups. That's awesome, Madge. I'm happy to hear that. Now let's get you up on a scourge hook. Scratch marks going where? Looks like into the main building. Hello there, my dear. Do you have a decisive strike? Probably would be your recommendation, Steam. Also, don't assume that'll be antibiotics. Obviously, talk with a medical professional to get you the right treatment. That is what matters. But that there will be the match. I mean, once again, this killer's showing what they can do. Rekindle that, because why not? Kind of wish you'd get blood points for the rekindle. It's an action that you have to physically go out of your way to do, so it makes sense to me. Where, oh where might this hatch be? I imagine that's quite terrifying as the last remaining survivor just having crows fly by you constantly. There's no reason for the artist not to just send out dire crows as a way to search for the survivor. And then in this situation especially. No one there. I wonder, here's a good question. One of which I do not know the answer to, whether I can put a dire crow in front of the exit gate. Kind of. Yeah, I think you might be able to lock it down. You can. So you can theoretically place a trap. Interesting. Very interesting. So you can almost leave a trap for a period of time, as it does have a disintegration period as well. At the same time, not sure why I just wouldn't look and then shoot. Because that probably gives you a lot more info in comparison. You can do it much quicker. Just stick by one exit and shoot birds off, and pretty much there you go. You have all the info you need. But it looks like they already got the exit gate. But with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. Alright, if we give another shout out to the TTV, that would be much appreciated. Go say hi in just a moment. Thank you, thank you. Let's also grab the VOD for later, because I always love watching those. And drop a follow and a GG well played.
Gilty, thanks so much for the follow. And welcome, and GGWE. GGWE. Oh, you know what? You know what? You had just, where do I know you from? You were the killer last round, weren't you? Hello, Geeky. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I was gonna say, I was like, where does that name sound familiar? You were the killer. Yeah, what do you, GG, what do you think? What do you think of her?
Loving
kind of sweet, right?
the new killer.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Very
Oh,
strong.
shit. I didn't realize you were right next to me.
Alright, let's also ready up in the meanwhile while we are waiting.
I was just saying before loading into, or after we loaded into this match, it looked like Rotten Fields was actually going to be a pretty good place for her.
Yeah, any map with like a lot of flat terrain.
The way she just like guesses right every time. This one looks like it's a really good stage for her, and what I'm noticing is that people are figuring out how to play as her. They're predicting the running path.
Yep.
That's what I think is really smart.
Well, that's the biggest thing, is that if people start picking up the running path, that is definitely going to be the big thing about her. So prediction, but that does yield some situations where there is some mind games. Yeah, what's up, Candy? Doing pretty well, How about you? I do want to look at their add-ons real quick. Is there anything that increases the swarm duration? Increases birds of torment cooldown by 1.5 seconds after integrate is inactive. Blindness is a big meh. Cooldown time by 0.5 seconds. Festering Carrion might be the way to go in order to try and ensure it's the brown add-on. Increase the length of Diacrow's color and sticker. Increase the time for stars to repel Diacrow, so it's thick tar. Yeah, thick tar and things like it might be pretty useful. Yeah, because the remaining aura doesn't matter as long as you're able to predict. Swarm Survivor afflicts them with a hindered status effect. That's a big ol' meh. Idle time. So I think Festering Carrion and Thick Tar are the main two right now. She looks like the other mother for Caroline. I can see it. I've seen a few people make that comparison. I can definitely see that for sure. Oh, also Silver Bell seems really strong. Yo, what's up, Marcus? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, Silver Bell also seems really strong in the right hands, as when survivors are afflicted, our Diacrows are swarming a survivor, they're afflicted by the Oblivious status effect. So that could also be pretty significant, I feel. Especially with how I see, from what it seems like how I play her, which is very much get to Scourge Hook, hear someone scream, send over crows, hit them with crows, go to crows, injure. 9 times out of 10. I feel like in Chase, if you're going to use their power in Chase, increasing the time it takes for survivors to repel the swarm is definitely necessary. Yo, what's up, Drasty? How are you doing? I'm gonna grab what I think to be a good add-on. Kind of look at her other add-ons as well. Thorny Nest, inflicted with hemorrhage. Ooh, interesting. Thorny Nest is actually pretty nice, I will admit. Because survives damage of dire crows are inflicted with the hemorrhage and mangled stats effect, basically acting as a 5th perk, aka Sloppy Butcher. Thorny Nest is not bad as well. I do always like add-ons that basically give a killer a 5th perk. There's usually no reason not to run them unless there's something better. Well, let me actually take a look at the full add-on list so I can see something. DVD survivors. Where's my wiki page? There's my wiki page. Going pretty well, Hunter. Going pretty well. Cannot complain. The artist. Carmina Mora. And add-ons for Birds of Torment. So let's see. Thick tar, oil painting, corn. Fabric is a big meh. Untitled Agony, also big meh. Still Life Crow, big meh. Festering Carrion seems pretty good, along with Thick Tar. Reduce the cooldown of Birds of Torment after Dire Crow disintegrates, that's a big meh. I think Gamer did a good job this chapter. I agree. And so far on PC, there are very few bugs that I've been made aware of, though I will actually check out the Debadale forums to see what bugs maybe people are reporting. Thorny Nest seems actually pretty good, though I'm not sure if it's as good as the other two. Silver Bell also equally as good, just still not sure if it's as good as the other two. The Ogrifo Lover one's also not bad, as it does afflict survivors with the Exhausted stats effect, which is kind of nice. Reduces slowdown duration of the artist when dire crows take flight, kind of a big meh. Any survivor near survivor being swarmed by dire crows will also be swarmed. No, one of them where there's a clip on a rock. No, one of them where... Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. We ran into that in the new map. Yeah, that's not fun. Yeah, actually, I think that the artist is in a similar position as Demogorgon. Demogorgon for the longest time, and still to this day, their best add-ons are brown and yellow. And I think the same can be said for the artist, which is kind of insane when you think about it, because they are a very strong killer as is. And to have access to their good add-ons, because they're brown and yellow, are going to be fantastic. Because I think, honestly, the increased time required by survivors to repel dire crow swarms by just a half a second is going to be a huge thing. And then the Festering Carrion reduces the cooldown of Birds of Torment after dire crows take flight by 0.5 seconds. I think those two are going to be pretty much what you need to use. The purple add-on where you get an extra crow, I don't think that's necessary, because the biggest thing that I found is that if you're hitting them with crows and not injuring them, by the time you're able to ready up another crow, you aren't going to be able to injure them if they're already repelling. So the best thing I can recommend 9 times out of 10 is to probably use the add-ons that reduce that time frame ever so slightly. And if the two add-ons, the increased time to repel them, as well as the decreased time before you can ready it up again, and you save about a second. And that second, I think, is going to be pivotal for you to get a injury on a survivor, or to take a health state from them. So I think that's kind of how you need to play her, is use Thick Tar and Festering Carrion. She has really good anti-loop. I think to me, survivors will not be a fan of her. Yes, you're right. To be fair, though, I've been finding it a really strange phenomenon where I've been watching my usual content creators, the Starvas, the Dowsies, even though Tofu, just trying to see how they're using her. And I'm really surprised to see that people have not gotten a full grasp on her yet. I know it was day 0 yesterday, but still. It's one of those things where I went, huh, this shows them being a bit more mechanically in-depth, because I feel like majority of killers, outside of like Twins and Blight, which were like very two exceptional cases where people have really undervalued them, were able to still get a good sense for them on day 1, where, you know, the artist, I feel like, is not exactly well understood yet. And I like that because it means that they're mechanically in depth. So I'm happy to see that, and it does really shore up my suspicions that your average killer is not going to be able to play her well. Whether that be because they don't understand how their ability fully works, or because they're not using it enough or in smart enough ways. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people, like, shotgun the Dire Crows, where they just kind of line up 3 and then fire them off. I find that usually to be a bad idea, 9 times out of 10. Normally, the only time I ever use more than 1 crow is when I'm aiming at gens to check if survivors are there. You guys have noticed that. As well as I've not seen a lot of people use crows at the beginning of the map for basically what's equivalent of a free lethal pursuer, which is also kind of insane because it's just so much free value. Or after a hook, sending out crows to check gens. Like, I'm not seeing the constant action. And I think that's really what's going to differentiate, you know, capital, you know, 100% usage of a killer's power, or this killer's power, and really falling short of what their potential is. So I'm very, very curious to see, as time goes on, how this killer is going to be used, because I think majority of the community is in agreement that this killer is very strong in the right hands. I just feel like in the wrong hands, you're just going to be kind of in a big old meh. Indeed, indeed, I did a stretch. Don't you worry. What do you guys think, based on what you've seen so far? You know, are you of the same opinion that you feel like a lot of people just aren't fully grasping her power yet on day 0? Which is to be expected to some degree, but I'm happy to see it for a few reasons. Midwich. Was incorrect place. The healing effect is on 1 totem and... Oh, interesting. Well, honestly, I mean, it's still not bad. You got someone? Perfect. It's just so much good value. Look at that. Sounds like they're still... No, they were no longer marked at that point. Interesting. Alright, what's the game plan here? Michaela, my girl! In Fargo? During the winter, like, think Arctic tundra. I mean, that's just such a lose-lose situation. Like, I joke with people all the time, but it is in a serious sense that it gets colder in Fargo during the winter than Antarctica with wind chill. Like, it is bad. So I think that Scourge Hook, the new Scourge Hook, is going to be very similar to Thrilling Tremors. Because I think that once you realize that a killer has it, that you need to jump off of gens before they hook, if that makes sense. Because once you see it the first time, you should know it's there every time afterwards. Why are people DCing, Fangman? Can you explain to me why you DC? Because I really have no explanation. There really is no reason to DC during a PTV, for the love of all things holy. I might as well go for you. Sorry to say, but there's no way out, my friend. But watch, he's probably gonna DC now. I'm already betting it. DC? Or DS? Hey, look at that! You actually have a DS, not a DC. Ain't that surprising, Mikhail, my girl? Are you gonna drop pallet? There's no pallet here. I thought there was. There. Don't do that. You made that way too obvious. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I think that once you see it the first time, it's like Thrill the Hunt. Once you see it once, you really just need to jump off of gens. for her still having crows on her, that's fantastic. I like how she had to make a choice. Do I vault into the crow and die, or do I get hit and die? Well, what are my options here? And the answer is far and few between. I guess the only like big brain play she could have made, theoretically, would have been to wait, are they healing underneath the hook? Holy hell, they are. Look at that. Look at you guys being bold. I didn't expect that. I wasn't gonna aim crows out there. I'm not gonna go for you. Where's Fingman? There you are, my dear. Like, what do you do here? That was such a satisfying angle to watch that from. Can I just say that wholeheartedly? That was just such a good angle to watch her turn around on the pallet and get smacked in the side of the head by a crow. Oh, so much fun stuff to do with this killer. We got Michaela, fantastic. Oh, they went to the locker, I see. I wonder if they dropped down. I wouldn't be surprised if so. So now that I understand something about the flight path, and that it's not collision-based, but simply is distance-based, being able to place my power in a tile, but understand that it can go through things in order to still get an injury is huge. Like, all of yesterday, I didn't fully understand that. But like today, now that I fully understand that, it seems even more powerful and impossible to play around than it did before, to be honest. Yeah, like I've said before, the areas are not fantastic. The areas are not all that great. Oh, so are you guys in here? Look at you. Look at you. You want to revolt that? No? Interesting. Why did not injure that? Am I crazy or something? Is it collision and distance space? Because I definitely... I'm so confused now. I thought I was... Like yesterday, I thought I determined that it was just distance based, but that time it inflicted that Fangman with crows. Why? Why didn't it injure her? Because over here with the Michaela, right? We put this crow like right here, and it still injured her even though it seemed like it went through, though maybe it just went over this. That could be a possibility. But with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. I just had 2 survivor games where I just did Gen save it from killer, unlock gate right away and escape. Basically didn't save anyone, but it's fine. Yes and no. I would recommend, honestly, in all seriousness, escaping is a part of the game. Yes. However, the point of it is also to use your resources to the fullest to ensure that your other teammates also escape. And that is something that a lot of survivors do miss out on, to be honest with you. Where they have this thought of, well, as long as I escape, that's all that matters. Even if they haven't been on hook states before. So I would recommend, though you can stay away from the killer, so on and so forth, to also try and help out your fellow survivors by taking the attention of the killer in certain circumstances, especially when one's on death hook. Not only does it mean that there's a possibility of more than you're just yourself surviving, but also means that there's always going to be more resources in the game. And yo, what's up, Lenzilla? How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Was Doctor? You kept missing me? Gotcha. That I tried to help a lot, but have died trying to, so I just wanted to have a game where I escape. That makes sense, that makes sense. But welcome in. I am Mark, aka Gilty. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player here to teach you how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Very happy to have you here. Would love to have you here as part of Gilty Ones if you are interested in hitting that follow button. Think Fang stepped into the crows. You know what? That might make sense. That might make sense. Let's see real quick. And can inflict damage for a short distance when flying. Yeah, so it just says distance. And it just says it's distance. So I do think that it is distance. And I think maybe you're right that she walked into it. So that's a good call out. But yeah, now knowing that you can, you know, basically just put it into a tile and have it out of line of sight is kind of huge. So 2 crows in pocket, she stood up into it as far as I could tell. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. That is a good call out then. Also, by chance, did anyone clip that Fangman? The one who got freaking blindsided by the crow at Pallet. I don't know why, but it's such a funny angle to me. Kept just missing me with a shockwave. He never got down, so that feels cool. So I can kind of explain that a little bit. Crocodile is that Doctor with base kit is kind of garbage, to be honest with you. So if an instance that the Doctor that you played against did not use a range extension for shock therapy, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to get value out of it. That includes add-ons like multi-electrode, copper-plated electrode, or high-stimulus electrode. If, in instance, they have one of those 3 add-ons, it makes his shock therapy a little bit more viable, to where you can shock a bit more quickly and stop a survivor from getting to a pallet, getting to a window, and thus getting a hit. But a lot of doctors do not understand this, and thus do not use those add-ons, and instead use, you know, something else entirely. Personally, I'd always recommend for Doctor add-ons detonation delay, as well as shock therapy range extension. Those are kind of the only 2 add-ons that are really viable on him. There's some argument to be made for increased tear radius when static blast is active, but I think it's still not as good. He was beginner dog, kept searching for me, but never got it. He also never used his shockwave. He only used it during chase. I mean, what do you mean shockwave? So there's 2 powers for Doctor. There's shock therapy, where he kind of releases his hand, and it has a vertical wave in front of them. Then there's static blast, which is when they release their hand like this, and it releases a static charge within their tear radius, causing you and other survivors to scream if you're within that tear radius. Shock therapy, that's what I mean? Gotcha. I mean, you're not supposed to use shock therapy unless you're in chase, to be fair. That's kind of the entire point of shock therapy, is to use it in chase, to interrupt survivors from being able to drop pallets, to vault windows, so on and so forth. Whereas static blast is specifically meant for information gathering, as well as increasing your madness tier, because once you reach madness tier 3 as a survivor, you gain a unique status effect where you're not able to interact with other survivors, with generators, outside of unhooking and exit gates. It is kind of unique in the fact that it doesn't apply an incapacitated status effect. It is its own status effect, as we did find one day when we were searching. And thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I appreciate you. But yeah, I don't know. I just have not seen a lot of people playing the new killer yet using them the way in which I've been using them. Did 4 gens, the rest of them just distracted Doctor. I mean, it's not a bad way to go about it. At the end of the day, as long as there's one person doing gens, then eventually you're going to get them. It's not as ideal as, you know, 1 person running the Doctor and 3 people doing gens. That would go a lot quicker for obvious reason. The biggest thing is sometimes you do need to trade off of who's taking the attention of the Doctor to avoid a situation to where someone's getting out of the game early. Ideally, you do not want, if you're a survivor, you do not want your first survivor dying probably before 4 gens are done. Like, as a killer, I feel pretty comfortable if I have killed someone by the time 3 gens are done. If I can kill them before then at, 1 gen or 0 gens, then, or, anywhere between 3 to 0, I feel very, very happy. I feel like, especially with Doctor, you distract him, gens can be done very fast. I mean, that's the case with any killer. If any killer, no matter how good they are, overcommits to a chase that's taking too long, where they're not able to get that down, it will result in them losing gen pressure. Helps with chase in an area. No. So, Doctor Shock Therapy only is meant as a anti-loop. So, what that means, much like the artist in a way, is that you're making it so that survivors are not able to use the resources available to them to make distance. Now, the artist injures you with their anti-loop, hence why they are much better than Doctor if you're comparing them side by side. However, the Doctor has anti-loop in a sense that he is going to be able to make it so you can't use your resources, and inevitably, after some time, get an injure if they play well. So, realistically speaking, it comes down to a scenario where you have the survivor on the pallet, you're on the opposite side of the pallet, and you shock them, forcing the survivor to drop the pallet. If they drop the pallet and they're on the wrong side, then you can just go around and hit them. If they don't drop the pallet, then you can go through and hit them. So there's a lot of ways to play around the Doctor. So, he is very nuanced, and unfortunately his base kit is, in my opinion, very weak. The main part of his base kit that is actually usable is his static blast, his shock therapy, nigh unusable in some cases. With add-ons, however, he becomes a whole lot more lethal, but not lethal enough to really move him up a tier, I don't think, as I think I placed them in, like, C tier last time I did a tier list. Since we do have a lot of time between matches, I could probably do like a tier list live, honestly. Maybe that wouldn't be a half bad idea with the artist coming in. I'm not playing the PTB. I don't know if the blood points and shards are the same. I don't care. I want to get 9k to get new killer. Yeah, if you're looking to get your shards, if you're looking to generate blood points right now, Crocodile, you want to be in live. Once you move off of the PTB, if you haven't noticed already, you lose, everything that you gained in the PTB. So we do have 2 TTVs in the lobby. If you want to give them a quick shout out, much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Oh, looks like the S at the end of Whispers is a 5. Also, unfortunately, Crocodile, you're not able to shout them out, only mods are. That way we don't have shout-out spam in chat. As a mod-only command. Thank you, thank you. As a reminder, guys, as always, please do not mention that we are their TTV killer. They, of course, will find us out at the end of the match, whether they survive or die. This way, they do not believe that we're either A, attempting to stream snipe, or B, trying to self-promote in their chat. So, simply do not mention that we are their TTV killer. You can still interact with them nonetheless. And of course, at the end of the match, feel free to jump on over, drop them a follow, and give them a GG well played to show them our support. Because we are always here to support other Dead by Daylight content creators. Also, I will give you guys a forewarning. I'm a little bit exhausted today. I had a interview loop that was 3 hours long at 9 a.m. And because I don't normally go to bed anyways until like 7, 8, I straight up did not sleep until like 12. So I'm going to aim for the normal 4 hours, but no guarantees. We hit one over there. Fantastic. There's one closer by. That person hasn't dispelled the crows. They're not moving either, so I think that might be AFK. Yup. Sucks to suck for you. Don't be AFK at the beginning of the match. Kind of how that works. Up you go. Alright, no one there as of this moment. Let's check over here. Also, did someone bring a murky reagent? Because holy hell, the fog on this map is ridiculous with a reagent. Like, this is some next level BS. Oh, that's so beautiful. The amount of prediction you can get is ridiculous. Like, if you play this killer well, they're just so hyper lethal. It's all about understanding the survivor movement, and I think it's going to come down to understanding generally where loops are in maps like this. One's off a gen there. Perfect. Hello there, survivor friend. Don't mind me, it's gonna whack you real quick. That's fine. We'll let that degrade, I think. And you. And why did you just walk through the crows? That's so much free value. Alright, she got rid of crows. That's fine. I'm gonna ignore you now, pick you up. But you want a scourge trick, my friend? Perfect. More scratchies, I see. Hello, Fangman. Don't mind me. Just going to paint your face with some ink. Perfect. Interesting that sometimes I don't get to see the aura of the crows. I don't know why that is. So that maybe that would connect. All right, where are we going, my friend? A little bit late on that. I was hoping that maybe I could get him to run into that area. But unfortunately did not work that way. If he did, it would have been a 1-2 punch. I think it would have been an insta-down, basically. Alright, where are you going, bud? Perfect. Let's get you up, put you on a Scourge Hook as well. I know there's someone behind me, I just didn't know who. Can you stop, Nia, for all of 5 seconds? You're not gonna get this unhook. Now, where are you at? Going in here, sure. I really do love the aesthetic of this map. It's so cool. Alright, where are you going now? You don't exactly have any resources down the main floor unless you have a dead hard. You know, I should just keep my mouth shut as per usual. Yeah, I think she realized that I pointed that through the wall, so that way if she went into the tile, it would have been a down. So, smart heads-up play on her part to avoid that situation. Like, that's just kind of how ridiculous this killer's power is once you fully understand how lethal. It just really is a nurse ability, but on a 115 killer, who they themselves do not teleport. Perfect. Maybe a little bit off on the angle. Definitely the right idea. They repelled the crows. And where the hell are you running? Holding W for days there, Fangman. Yeah, ducking does not help you. Just to let you know. It's like trying to duck a hunter's hatchet. It just ain't gonna work. Sorry to tell you, but that ain't how this works, my friend. No ducking underneath these dire crows. Deathbound just activated, or Death Grip rather. I didn't see where the aura is, though, of my survivor friend. Looks like they went in here. Get it on you. See if we can cut him off over here. No idea where they went. Looks like over this way, though. Can probably cut off over here. Yep, perfect. That's a good amount of distance regained. Alright, what's the game plan? I don't think you have dead hearts, so I think we get the down. And then we can hook you, get some Scourge Hook value, and we are good to go. Was that 3 people? I think it was. Got one. And we got another hit. I was trying to get the hit, then rekindle back to back, basically. It's been so amazing if we could have made that work. Yeah, for the most part, from what I can tell, sending out 1 at a time is better than sending out all 3, unless you're trying to cover a wide area. Let's do that. We get our power back. Alright, Fangman, what's the game plan? Okay, sure. Realizing that she can't loop that pallet anymore. Alright, look at the hit here. I was trying to see if I could get the 1-2 hit on the Dire Crow. Hey, that's awesome, Crocodile. I'm very happy for you. I'm sure you'll probably enjoy the game a whole lot more once you have that available. Also, did they already destroy my rekindled totem? I think they must have, because I'm pretty sure I rekindled and it's already gone. Holy hell. Did you look at that? Got the hits. Get you down. I believe that there will pretty much be the end of it all, my friends. I don't foresee you guys getting any way out of this situation now, though. Then again, where's my next hook? I guess this is my closest one over here. It's a little bit farther away than I'd like. Not gonna lie. But that is a-okay. Hello there. Let's get the hits. And let's go for you. Oh, Fangman. I was hoping that maybe I could just get the hit there and get some value out of that situation. Apparently not, though. And I don't think you get anywhere of value. No, didn't think so. Now, I will mention that there's that possibility that the Nia is nearby with a flashlight. But I don't believe that might be the case. Guess we'll put you on a Scourge Hook just so we get some damage on generators, some extra blood points. You know, why the hell not? I might as well check the gens for the sake of checking the gens. Looks like the lady from Coraline. Yep. Yeah, a few people have made that connection of her looking like the mother. Abso-freaking-lutely. That was a close one. We got the killer instinct. I think as people become more and more adept at using her ability, she's just going to become kind of ridiculous at times. Dead hard, right? Yup. Did she have Metal Man? Yeah, she had Metal Man. Look at you. Sneaky bugger. Unfortunately for you, already had this crow primed and ready for your loop. Yeah, I think if they were to nerf her in any ways, it would have to be the amount of time that the Diacrows stay up, which is roughly 8 seconds, I do believe. Like, maybe they shortened it by half or something to that degree. Because, like, the amount of setup that you can do is kind of insane because we set that up way earlier. But with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. Let's go say hi to both of these TTVs. And go say hi in a moment. All right. And let's also drop a GG will play it and a follow.
Geeky Giraffe, thank you for the follow. What's going on? How's your night going?
Always here to support other DVD streamers. Hope that you have a great night / stream. Let's read up in the meanwhile. I'm not sure if their volume's very low or if my DVD volume's very loud.
Yeah, mine's going well. Always here to support other DVD streamers. Hope you have a great night stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You too. I hope you have a great Red Street stream and, you know, good luck in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's leave a lurk. And also check if they have a VOD. They do. Like I said, always love going through the VODs later. So let's go say hi to Whispers as well.
That's a good way to play Mind Game Cube.
Drop a GG well played.
But I do like the game for that, when they people mind game. It's brilliant when that happens. Hey, you're the killer from the last game. Here's Fire. Hey, thanks for follow.
I hope that you have a great night / stream. And drop a lurk as well.
Thank you, Geeky Giraffe. Uh-oh. Sugar.
Alright, let's see. Do you have a VOD? You do have a VOD. Fantastic. Alright. Well, it definitely seems like some chill people, so they'll make sure to stop on by and say hi. Their volume seems low to you? Okay. I'm not, like, whenever I go into games sometimes, like, is their volume low? Is it me? I don't know. Yes, all their VODs. I went through pretty much all the VODs last night. It's just something that I like doing because I get a different perspective on the match that I otherwise wouldn't have. I also love it when there's 2 TTVs in there as well. Why just use there? Probably trying to say they are quiet, maybe? Maybe that was the connection there. You know, they are quiet, their volume is low. His jukes are pretty good. I didn't really see any jukes last game that I can think of, but maybe I'm mistaken. So I can't really say for myself. Anyways, was a fun match. That could be my brain tracking Brian's sentences. Also, is it me? So here's another question. Is it me, or is, like, the sound of this killer's music, their lobby music, much louder than others? Because I was listening back to, like, the perk readouts and the power readouts, and I'm like, man, I feel like at sometimes I couldn't hear myself. Is way too loud? Okay, I'm not insane for thinking that. Like, I don't want to switch over to another killer, but I think it's their lobby music. I'm not sure, though. It's very loud and intense. It's very intense, I'll agree. But I mean, I do like their lobby music. I just think that it might be a little bit loud in comparison to others. Kind of like Billy's. Billy's music is grating to me, but this one's fine. I like her lobby music, but it is a bit loud. Billy's music is pain to listen to. Yeah. I love the ink and the floating bricks. Very, very Dark Souls. And like I said, it's very Dark Souls-esque. I love it. It feels so Souls-esque in a way. And I don't know if that was like deliberate inspiration or just happenstance. But either ways, I love the aesthetic and look of this killer and the realm that they added with her. So, very, very happy about that. I should probably use my blood point, shouldn't I? Once again, wishing that the blood points would carry over to live. Played Artist last night, very nice. Artist is a lot of fun. I said though, they're a bit difficult to pick up for a lot of people, it seems. Nope, not enough blood points. But we did get a survivor pudding. I'm debating whether or not I want to play the new Survivor in the PTB. Because I'm trying to think of what I would do in the new PTB at the Survivor. It's not like there's a big new mechanic that was added, unlike Michaela. Michaela brought boon totems. And though this new Survivor has exponential, I feel like it's just going to be, you know, normal Survivor with new perks. And the new perks aren't horribly influential, if that makes sense. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to hold off on playing Jonah until live. I think it might not be a half bad idea. And just do like 2 days of the artist, and then go back to live tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to play some Inscription, because COTF is going to be Saturday and Sunday this week. Because, like, Overcome is a very strong perk, but, like, I think I can play that for all of, like, 5 games before going, okay, I think we get the point. I get hit and I go far. That's kind of the entire point of Overcome. I get hit, I go far. Hold W for win. Which apparently people have been doing some testing. It might seem that Overcome is better than Sprint Burst with the sheer amount of distance you get. I wonder if I should take off one of these perks for barbecue. Might not be a half bad idea. Alright. Looks like another TTV in lobby, but let's grab Grim Embrace. Let's grab Scourge Hook, Thanatophobia Barbecue, I guess. And looks like we have a TTV. Hello, Kitty. You know what? I forgot that I should probably apply for the Twitch shirt, shouldn't I? That's something that I might want to look into at some point. Also, apparently I've seen on Dead by Daylight's Twitter that people's rings got reset again, or their grades. I wonder if my grade got reset again. Because if so, it gets me another 250,000 blood points, which is amazing. I guess maybe I should check that after this match. Is it an application now for the Twitcher? Yeah, I think it is. If I remember correctly. It's an application. Do I think I'd ever use it is the question? Probably not. That's the only thing. I'm not sure if I'd ever actually use that cosmetic. It's a bit, like, people know I'm a TTV. They see my freaking name. And I feel like my name especially stands out because I'm not doing, like, TTV / it's like a full twitch.tv. It's kind of hard to miss, and I do that very purposefully because it's, you know, impossible to miss twitch.tv / Guildspire versus TTV, you know, / Guildspire. I feel like it's a bit more in your face, if that makes sense, without being too big to where they can't see the name in the pre-game lobby or post-game. Literally, just for the fact that it's harder to miss. Like, point-blank statement. I was like, I could do TTV, but, like, that's really subtle. Sometimes easy to miss. I'll just make it really, really loud. Alright, no one there, so probably upstairs. Let's go through here, then. Up to the piano room. Wow. Whole lot of nothing so far. Survivor's being a bit sneaky. I hear him here, though. Hello there, Jonah. How you doing, bud? Yeah, that's not a great move, I'll be honest. That is not the right move in the slightest. So I appreciate you make my life easier. Also, I love this guy's name, Mexican Guy Fieri, for the love of all things holy. Alright. Let's put you there. That's one. They're still on the gen, they haven't repelled the crows yet. So we'll get a hit. People not understanding that I can hit you with these crows. Cringy, rather. Perfect. A little bit off on the angle, but that's fine. Yeah, bounce landing? Perfect. Interesting. I don't know how that didn't hit them, to be honest. That's very odd. Like, we got the killer instinct. It must have been just, like, a narrow miss. That seemed to be, like, almost on top of them. I have no Scourge hooks nearby, unfortunate. Well, guess I put you over here. Do we get the hit there? We do not. But you see someone going over this way. See a Scourge hook pop there would have been amazing. They're definitely nearby. Just saw him here. I think I saw him here, right? It's just possible that I'm also crazy. That's also an option. Hey, thank you, Whispers. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you much for the follow. Welcome, welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. That's so odd. I could have sworn I found someone, but then I guess not. Yeah, we got a hit there, though, on the Claudie. I don't know what you're trying to do, but it ain't working. Alright, we just box her out here, then. Oh, is that life? It was life. Look at you. Sneaky bugger. Olaf, you sent my message earlier when I was AFK. Olaf just wants to help, that's all. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore you wholeheartedly. Yeah, that didn't exactly work out too well, did it? And get that good old 1-2 punch when they're not expecting it. Hi, do you want to maybe not do that? Yeah, what's up, Snag? I was say, they didn't get her up. Looks like that one's the most progressed now. Let's try and get you onto a scourge hook. No, 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 my friend, I think not. There is no escaping the artist. So let's put you up on this scourge hook, get more aggression. You have no school tomorrow, that's awesome, Snag. Any plans for your newfound freedom? Sleep? That's fair. That is a fair thing to do. No idea where they went. Oh, there they are. Yeah, we get the hit, and then we're set up for another. I mean, good dodge, but doesn't really matter. You still get boxed out. Alright, let's get you onto a scourge because we're going to need it. There looks like a missed heal skill check up there. No one there. Now then, hello everybody. Don't mind me. Look at the injury. And let's then pick you up, put you on Scourge Hook. Surprisingly, no one went for you. Let's up that row here, why not? Do they go for it now? Well, they're trying to. If you don't go down there now, she will die, more likely than not. And that is the case. A little bit late on that one. Yeah, the amount of time that you lose by sending it off, you can still get the grab. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Ooh, we also do get death grip value. Fantastic. Hello there, my friends. How are you? Can we get the crows on him? Get that there. He's still repelling. I'm interested in the fact that the repel is not interrupted by getting hit. That is fascinating to me. Alright, let's go down. Yeah, we can't set down more crows. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately for you, trying to drop a pallet in front of me, setting my dire crows, not the play, as we have found out on multiple occasions. It just does not work out the way you want it to. However, I do want to note that I have 0 hooks nearby. He might get off my shoulder if they take a hit. Well, I was a little bit reserved there because I felt like that was a bit of a ploy. So we got that. Some good value as well. I guess I know what this is. We set that up there. Good job. That's actually really good on staying as calm as possible. I should have probably pressured her a little bit more to try and get the down. But that was really smart to play around that way. Good stuff. Will it really matter in the long run or the grand scheme of things? Probably not. But still a smart play. Yeah, hesitate all you want, but you will end up going down. You're trying to try out the new PTB. It's a lot of fun. The new killer is a lot of fun to play as, and just overall a very good killer at that. I wonder if I could do something kind of stupid. And stupid in a good way. Let's see here. This way, kind of boxing out a quarter of the map as I search around. And if they're going down the hallway, potentially getting information. So far, nothing. Might be in middle. Yeah, it probably was. Well, with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. Not bad at all. All right, on to the next one, shall we? Za? Was that Olaf speaking again? What is Olaf trying to say? Let's grab you. Mother, let me sit on the keyboard. Is that what Olaf is trying to say? And why are you denying the cat the privilege of sitting on the keyboard? You know what could be kind of interesting to play around is Make Your Choice. Make Your Choice could actually be kind of strong because we set up crows aimed at the hook from afar, and they get hit, you know their rough direction with Make Your Choice. That's actually not a half bad idea. I might want to try that, actually. That sounds kind of intriguing to me. He opens too many windows? That's fair, that's fair. Not sure which account they are shouting you out the other one to. Oh, there's 2? Neither's live, though? Oh, well. We gave it the good old college try. Alright, so let's, instead of barbecue and chili, use Make Your Choice. Let's reset our perks, go down the line of what I think the best perks we have on her right now is, and that's about it. Alright, there is Hello Kitty and Hello Kitty TTV, gotcha. I guess that's another thing about my name, there is no confusion around it. It is just straight, oh yeah, this is twitch.tv/SkilledSpire. Type that into your URL bar and you'll find me. Like, there should be no mistaking it. Like, that is the URL in a nutshell. Alright. Well, queue times haven't been too bad tonight, which I'm happy to see. We're getting some good games in. Debating whether or not I want to do another video, I feel like I've had more perks where I could demonstrate certain perk builds than I would. But unfortunately, because of when the snapshot was taken, I just didn't have any blood points to utilize, which does suck. Because I have some really interesting perk build ideas for her. But overall, of how strong she is, I feel like you don't need to have like a specific perk build, but still. All good, Snag. Don't you worry. So we're gonna try out Make a Choice and see how good that is. I'm very curious in seeing if I can make that worth my while by setting up a Dire Crow aimed at the unhook and figuring out exactly where the unhooker is using the crows. I think if I'm able to accomplish that, Make a Choice could be pretty insane. Also, I want to point something out. So back in the PTB for Michaela's update, Blood Favor activated when you hit a survivor with your special, with your M2 or special attack. Imagine if Blood Favor still worked that way, and you could lock down any set of pallets or any tile nearby, like across the map. Imagine if that's how it still works. That'd be kinda nutty. I love that I just thought about that. Like, for some reason, I was thinking, like, perk combinations with her ability, then for some reason I was like, oh yeah, I wonder what that would have been like if Blood Favor would have worked that way. Do I think it would have been all too beneficial? Probably not. But at the same time, it would have definitely been funny for someone to get hit cross-map on a gen, only to hear the entity noise blocking a pallet. I think that would have been a bit funny. Just a wee bit. Should I spend 400k blood points on her for PTB? I mean, if you're in the PTB snapshot snag, it doesn't matter if you use your blood points now, because they'll still, you know, it's not like it matters. It doesn't transfer over to live, nor does it even affect the live servers, so go for it. That will get you to roughly like level 30, give or take. 500,000 blood points is just about level 30, a million's level 40, 1.5 million is to level 50. I slept, I think I got like 5 hours of sleep at the end of the day. I think I like slept from 12 to 5 when I finally got into bed. After staying up for 22 hours? Yeah, 22 hours. So I'm still a wee bit exhausted, even though I did get some good sleep. Well, just one of those situations wants me in at 5:30. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, waking up at 4:30, I take it? Okay, that's fine. I can make that work. But yeah, because Frankie had work at, what was it, 6? So I got Frankie at work at 6. No, not today. I'm talking about yesterday, Frankie. Well, technically today. Because today was this morning. Also, there goes drivers. The drivers decided, we don't care for your story. Yeah, 6:15 yesterday. By the time I get home, it's like 6:30. And then I had my interview at 9. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna stay up. So I stayed up through the entire interview process, and it ended at like 11:30. So by the time I like got ready for bed, it was already 12 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I am asleep. So I slept. So 5 hours after 22 hours being up. So I'll see how like energized I am after 2 hours into stream, like another 26 minutes from now. But I might call it early just because I feel myself winding down a bit. And I know that if I do that, I'm going to get a bit quiet, and I know that you guys come to hear me talk. So, how's it going? It's going great. Still loving the killer. I mean, she feels just so strong. And, like, there's so many fun interactions and fun ways to play her that I feel like a lot of people are not fully understanding. pretty dead on my feet at work and actually took an hour nap when you got home? Yes, you did. Alright. Did I put on add-ons? I did. Good. Yeah, I really think that Thick Tar and Festering Carrion are by far the best add-ons that she has. Oh, 3-hour nap. Sorry. Yes, Frankie had a more like a 3-hour sleep at that point. Less of a nap, more of a sleep. Yeah, like I said, I'll see how, like, energized I feel by 2 hours in, to whether or not I'm gonna continue to the full 11. I slept, like, 12 hours. You got to level 21? Really? So I guess 500,000 is 30. Yeah, 500,000 is 30. 20. Oh, I think I may have messed that up calculation-wise. Yeah, 400,000 should be 20, 500,000 should be 30, and then 40 is 1 million, 50 is 1.5 million. How many hours am I streaming? Potentially only 2. As I was talking about earlier, I was up for like 22 hours due to an early interview. Why anyone would host interviews at like 9 a.m. in the morning, don't, please. There's no reason for it to be that early. Not to mention the 9 a.m. time frame was just for like an introduction. It wasn't even for like an interview. It was like a group introduction to all the interviewed candidates. That was about it. And then the actual interview started at 10. Like, give me time to sleep, please. And then by the time they finished, it was like 12. So I was up for 22 hours. What do I run on her? Honestly, anything, Snag. She is honestly such a strong killer. I think you can pretty much run most things. I'd be pretty happy on her. One thing I will say, you do not need Lethal Pursuer because of what I'm about to show you, which is set up 3 crows aimed at the 3 closest gens, and you either get a hit, or in this case, a Killer Instinct. And yo, what's up, King? How you doing today, my friend? Evolve with you. Where are you going, my friend, Fingman? Hi, I do hear you on this gender, Dalo. Hope you understand. I will commend your commitment. Alright, let's get you onto a Scourge Hook, which I will say, her own Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance is very good on her for what you're also about to see. If there's a person on a gen, they're gonna scream. Give me their location. And now I can aim crows and launch. Now, Smart Survivors will jump off of gens, but for those who are not exactly keen on that idea, they will suffer the consequences. Now we got that on Jeff, fantastic. And the 1-2 punch, and down he goes. Yes, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This killer, in my opinion, is either a solid top A, or simply put, a, you know, S tier killer. Fangman. He's better than Spirit? I would think so, personally. There are definitely people who would disagree. And I think with these 2 add-ons on as well, she becomes that much stronger. That was smart going upstairs. I can't really do much vertically. I think she has a God Pal coming up. Bounce landing. Alright, let's go for Michaela now. There's Jeff Boy. Doesn't matter where you go, Jeff, you will be going down. See if you have decisive. You do not. Can I please get to my Scourge Hook? The fact that Fang Min almost sabotaged my Scourge Hook was gonna be so frustrating earlier. I mean, I have a 3-4 gen here. I have no reason to leave the Jeff, honestly. Like, why would I go over to that gen over there? Though maybe I can snipe them. Watch this work. It did not. Like, in those scenarios where you have one gen, you can theoretically just harass the survivors on the gens, which is kind of insane to think about. You don't have anything here. Like, that's kind of insane. Think about it. Like, ARP, you have a 3 gen, gen's still on the other side, you're sitting on your side, and you're sniping them across the map with crows, harassing or injuring them, slowing down the game, while a person's on a hook. Like, that's significant. That's a significant thing. Where are you going, Jeffy boy? Going upstairs, that's fine. Why didn't you go to the God Palette? You had that right there, and then you didn't go for it. I think you're going for the drop down instead, which is fine. And you still end up going down for it, so that's A-okay in my book, my friend. Pick you up. I do hear a boom totem go off. Hi, Fangman. Are you going to be a nuisance? I feel like you are. Or going to attempt to be, at the very least. Yeah, he's going to get off my shoulder. I think that there are multiple people running Sabo builds, and that is a bit frustrating. Fangman and Ace here. Perfect. Ace. Shadow steps involved. Yeah, they just broke by 3 gen, so I think they just get the win. So it looks like she didn't commit to it. Interesting. This feels like a relatively good team, though, I will admit. They're playing smart. There's make a choice on Michaela. Yep, there's the vault. Go figure. This map is a little bit big for my liking, for the most part. Against a good team, it's going to be kind of rough to play around. Case in point. But with the add-ons, you're able to get those downs pretty quick. Do we have basement here? Doesn't look like it. But at least I can put her next to a exit gate, which is actually a smart play here. Now I can just harass them over here. And I guess secure the kill. There is a survivor. There is Michaela. Michaela trying to sneak around for the unhook. I mean, you guys can do what you want. I already know the other exit gate's 99, so I'm going to play off your altruism. For sure. Yep. Get the grab there. Get the hit there. That'll be a 1-for-1 trade if he goes for it. And now they've really effed up. The only saving grace is Jeff, which does get the exit gate behind me. Look at that. All right, now what do you do? There's Jeff. You have Dead Hard. Who would have guessed? A survivor of Dead Hard in this economy? What? Gotta think I'm stupid or something, Jeff. However, I do want to point out the lack of hooks nearby, actually. And the fact that he's body blocking like this, I can't actually drop him, which is kind of annoying. You just need to keep an eye on her. She's trying to get to this exit gate. Bounce landing, right? Doesn't matter if I hit you. No decisive because you saboed, so GG, get effed. And I imagine Jeff's in the exit gate, just chill in the face. Maybe not. So inferior when the balance doesn't pop soon enough. I mean, the biggest thing is keep in mind that balance only reduces your stun time by 75%, not 100. So you still take a mild stun nonetheless. But with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. I mean, they played well, they played smart. Brought some Sabo toolboxes. I mean, not even. Not sure why they're going for the Sabos. It's commodious with scraps and wire spools. There is no real reason to try and go for Sabo plays, but they were. I mean, it worked out. 3 toolboxes too, 3 commodiouses. Oh my god, 3 commodiouses, 1 of a built to last streetwise. That's miserable. Better together, prove thyself, built to last streetwise. Miserable. Oh my word, that's rough. That is a rough thing. 3 commodious. Realistically speaking, this is 1, 2, so this is 3 commodious, then a 4th, so roughly 5 commodious toolboxes worth. That's rough. So I do not feel bad about losing 2 survivors there. There was not much I think I could do without a better build, honestly. Alright, well, let's do 1 more, and then, like I said, we'll feel out how I'm faring thereafter. I guess we go with Horde. Level 30, we got our teachables now. Not that it really matters, to be honest. Though, if I can get her to, I guess, 35 it would be, I might be interested in trying Hex Pentimento on another killer. Is it 40 or is it 45? 30, 35, 40. 40. That's rough. That's rough. So, probably not in that case. Do we have any Moris? No, we do not have any Moris. And do not have Devour Hope to also attempt a Mori. Also, people right now are thinking that since there is a counter underneath, or a counter for the Moris, people are thinking that it might be something coming with the mid-chapter update that they forgot to take out for the PTB, where in the 5th year anniversary stream, they mentioned that they want to make Mori's base kit, which I would still love to see at the very least, make it so that you can Mori 1 survivor during the game. Let's say, you know, base kit, you can Mori the last survivor, because I don't think we see Moris enough, right? You have to bring an offering. You know, that way maybe they make it for Cypress Memento Mori, to where you can Mori the last 2 survivors. Maybe the green one is still, you can Mori any survivor, then Ebony you can, you know, only 1 time, and then Ebony's you can Mori everyone. So I think that would be a good change. Not you doing laundry at 3 a.m. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Yeah, I'm ready for a nap. I think I'm gonna... I normally don't like shortening the streams under 4 hours, but I think in this case I'm going to. Because I think that I'm just gonna be a little bit too exhausted come like hour 3 in getting closer to hour 4. So I think this is going to probably be our last match of the night. I do apologize. Come tomorrow, be a 4-hour stream, and then we'll be on live servers. I'll debate whether or not I want to do more Swift, or if I want to go back to Killer for a bit. As I still have a ton of compendium challenges on Survivor to do. And it does help out trying to make sure that our blood points are up and ready for the 30th when this killer does come out. So by tomorrow, it'll be like, what, almost 3 weeks? 6-hour special tomorrow? Probably not, no. But we'll probably do like some Swift, more likely than not. Swift, maybe Killer. And then Friday, we're going to do some Inscription, which I've actually offline. I've been recording myself do some speed runs, speedrun attempts. Any percent moon speed runs has kind of been a fun thing for me. But I have not been going past where obviously we were, as apparently the game doesn't have a save file system. So what I had to do is to copy or move the save that we have for the stream and then delete the save from the actual game file and then rinse, repeat. So I have that saved elsewhere, which is nice. Speedrun GTA. No, don't really care for GTA. Inscription, though, is like right up my alley. But I've been doing speedrun attempts for Moon any percent, which is basically try and beat Leshy one time. Which right now I think like the fastest times were like 16, 17 minutes. There's some insane stuff that happens though. Basically the game does not like you trying to beat the angler on your first attempt, long story short. It gets very interesting, very complex on what you need to do in order to actually get to the point of winning. So I have myself in some interesting scenarios. I've not officially been able to actually beat Leshy first try yet. I've gotten to the angler, and no, I got to the trapper. I got to the trapper without losing on a initial run, and then the trapper kind of smacked my face. So very close to getting that speedrun attempt in. If I do get it, of course, I'll upload to YouTube. Though I'm probably not going to have commentary because I've been just doing it like late at night, just grinding again and again and again. And maybe eventually, once we beat Inscription, I'll do some speedruns on stream because I really do love this game. It's so much fun. I could definitely see myself replaying it again. Even though it's not a true quote-unquote roguelike, it still has so much replayability, in my opinion, with the variants that you can have in your decks and what you can do on like initial runs and so on. So, a lot of cool stuff. Otherwise, I think at the very least, I'm going to be aiming for at least one variety stream a week. Maybe Fridays, if like Sundays are not available in the future. Because I do like being able to switch it up a little bit, you know, show you guys some new fun games. Not to mention with Elden Ring coming out in 2020, you better bet that I am going to be playing the hell out of that. So we'll probably either do like a week full of just Elden Ring. You missed the MTGA streams, we might do some more MTGA. The thing of MTGA, it's so hit or miss. Like, at least with Inscription, there's a lot of you guys that get interested in it, but like MTGA is so hit or miss, is the problem. So we might do some more MTGA. That's the hardest part about variety games, when like your main game is like Dead by Daylight. It's hard to branch out into other things, especially with like YouTube algorithm BS. But we are in our last match of the day. We do see a TTV trying to get audience MTGA as nearly impossible. Not necessarily. I found that the best way to actually get people watching your streams is by playing in comp, which would require me to enter into like SCG tournaments, which I could do again. I used to actually make some decent amount of money off of SCG and stuff like that. Okay. Are you sure that's them? Because I think the O and Ghosty is a 0. So I think it's the 13th Ghost. Also, it's not Ghosty. It's TTV. Ghost is GH0ST, not OST. There we go. And got my 1 blood point offering. They are alive? Awesome, awesome. Well, that being said, as a reminder, guys, please do not mention to them that we are their TTV killer. They, of course, will find us out whether they survive or they die at the end of the match, at which point feel free to give them a GG well played and drop them a follow to show them our support. This way, of course, we avoid them thinking they're either trying to A, stream snipe, or B, trying to self-promote in their chat. All right, let's see what we can do with the artist. Back on Eyrie of Crows. We did get a kind of an awkward spawn, I will admit, just because it's kind of centralized, which I'm not a fan of, but let's do this. We got someone on the left side, excellent. And they're going further to the left. Our crow charge time is going to be too long, so I don't think we get a hit, unfortunately, but we at least get information. They should be over here. Scratch marks. Hey, David boy, how are you? And got the good old 1-2 punch on David. This kill is just so oppressive when played right. And the more I hear from other people of their experiences against this killer, the more I realize that people really don't know how to play the killer well. No one there. Are they in the middle though? Might be. Alright. Let's let the Mudhawk. We get the hit on Michaela. Fantastic. Get the injure. She gets to the window. That's fine. You should main her. Honestly, I think she might become one of my new comp killers. But of course, I don't main any killer in specific. Excellent. It's like an anti-leaper cross with Huntress and Nurse, pretty much. Like, she's just so much fun. But yeah, I could see her becoming one of my comp killers. Because she has a very similar playstyle to Pyramid Head, for example. Alright, someone's over here. Who's this? David? David! Hello, buddy. Don't mind me, just need to recharge before I can down you. That's so rough. Like, I just had to understand muscle memory and time in my head, you know, how quickly he gets to that corner. Had zero visibility on his exact location, but could still get the down like that. That's rough. I think you should defo start main her. You're the best technical player that I've seen. And not to toot my own horn, but I feel like even outside of like Astarova, Scott Jund, you know, Otofu, Dowsy, I'll be honest, like so far as technical play, I think that I might be. And like I said, it's not to toot my own horn, it feels that way as of this moment. They all struggled. Yeah, like I was watching Dowsy and I literally went like, I turned it off at some point, like I can't watch you play her, like this isn't teaching me anything. And as I, you know, interact with them from an educational perspective, I'm like, I can't learn anything from you. That's so strange for me to say, but like it was the truth in the moment. I think over time they might learn that, learn how to play the killer, but until then. There you guys in the middle. Interesting. So I got the killer instinct to at least tell me that they're here. Hello, you, my dear. Don't mind me. But maybe I'll main her a bit. See how, you know, when she comes out, how much of a win streak I can go on with her. What do you do here? Like, I have both pros at both pallets. Like, I don't know what it was, but for me, like, figuring out her power just was kind of second nature. It's like, oh, I understand how to use this killer. It took me maybe one game to feel like she's gonna get heavily nerfed. I don't think, I think this becomes another conversation of how do you nerf a nurse. And there's no good way to nerf nurse, for example. But with that being said, I think this also goes for the artist. How do you nerf the artist without like nerfing her into the ground? And I think the main ways to do so would be to simply limit the amount of time that a Dire Crow is able to stay before despawning. I think that is the only way that I can think of nerfing her for all intent and purpose. So with that being said, I think if they were to reduce the timing of the Dire Crows by a marginal amount, I think that would be acceptable. You know, if it was by 2 to 4 seconds. They did that with Spirit, now look at her. I mean, I think Spirit's still very strong, don't get me wrong, though. You know, don't look at Spirit and go, she's a weak killer, yada, 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 right? I think that she definitely took a hit, no doubt about that, however. I want to play the Cheryl. I mean, she's doing a smart thing, drop pallet, move to the next tile. Like, that's what you need to do against the killer. If you try and loop something, like a pallet or a window, you're gonna go down. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I can also see them decreasing the cooldown, because I feel like if you don't use your power, like I have been, where I let it despawn, then it feels like you get a lot of free value, if that makes sense. So I could also see them decreasing the cooldown ever so slightly. She's strong, but she's honestly struggling to stay A tier now. All good spirits play on EQs. I mean, I think that's always been the case. This killer takes time to get better at. Well, that's the biggest thing why I'm not sure if she's going to actually get nerfed, because I think the majority of your killers are not going to understand how to play her, to be honest with you. I think the majority of your killers are going to struggle, and you're going to see gameplay like what we saw from, you know, Day Zero Dowsy, Day Zero Atharva, Day Zero Otofu, and so on. Versus killers like myself that apparently have an aptitude for this playstyle are going to be able to bring it to, you know, a very high skill ceiling. Yeah, but that also could, not sure if that's going to be said that, you know, it's just that that's my aptitude, that my playstyle works well with this killer, or if it's something else entirely. Versus other players might just take a much longer time. Interesting. I don't know how that didn't hit both. Because I think that if they were just a decreased amount of time in which the Dire Crows despawn, I think that would make sense. Because it still means that you're playing at a high mechanical skill level to where you're just not letting them sit in tiles for too long. Where you're sending them out one at a time more often, like what I'm doing now. But you can still use them at loops to anti-loop. Like, you don't need that many seconds to pop this here and then down to David. Though I have no explanation to how that hit him, but didn't down him. I wonder if my flight path was just a little bit off. Good dodge. Unfortunately, you literally walked back into me. Alright. Let's put you on a hook, and then let's just end the game, right? Everyone's on death hook as we speak. Yeah, the more I use her with Make Your Choice, I don't think Make Your Choice is the smart move or smart perk. Alright. Up you go. And now it's time to find the Cheryl. Well, you saved me time. Did we get a hit? Holy hell, we did. That was unexpected. A little bit off. Hey, look at you, though. You did find the hatch. GG, well played to these survivors. Not bad at all. Good luck, have fun, next match. Yeah, she's strong in the right hands. Def A or S tier IMO. Feels like nurse at times. Yeah, like the biggest thing I can just compare it to is nurse, honestly. It's just because she literally breaks the mechanics of the games. Good luck, have fun, next match. And if you give another shout out, thank you. So I can go say GG well played, and also check if they have a VOD, which they do. Fantastic. And let's drop and follow, and a GG well played.
That was a fun game.
That was pretty rough.
Definitely a learning experience there. That was.
I mean, I learned a lot about what to expect from this game.
Always here to support
From that game.
other
Like I
DVDs.
said, the
Well, hey,
setting
hey,
traps
Gilt,
to
thanks for
lose.
coming on.
That you have
You were amazing, by the way. You
a
just
great
really like
night
floored
slash
us
stream.
with your ability. How long have you been
Thank
playing
you,
How long have you been playing the killer?
For only 6 hours if you include queue times.
We just started playing against her. I don't know, maybe about like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, for only 6
Oh, wow,
hours.
really?
Impressive.
That is impressive. Oh yeah, we hope you do too. Thanks for coming. I'll come and check you
Anytime.
out.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Leave alert as well. Seems like a chill dude, chill group of people. I actually love the fact that it's a 4-man Swift because I'm gonna really enjoy watching that VOD later. Shark versus Zombie, thank you much for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. I am Mark, aka Guiltspire. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player, here to teach Ghosts to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Very happy to have you here. Normally, we'd be going for another 2 hours, but I got like 5 hours sleep after staying up for 22 hours, so I'm gonna call it a little bit early, so I do apologize for you stopping by and then me immediately going, but GG's, my friends, GG's. But on that note, guys, I will unfortunately be ending the stream here. And I think that's pretty much our journey for the PTB, actually. I think I've gotten my fill of the killer. I absolutely adore her to bits. I love her power, love playing as her. I love her perks, and maybe right slash. Maybe we'll become a artist main when servers hit, or when servers hit live. When she hits live, but obviously we'll still do the Wheel of Killer and whatnot, but at the very least would definitely love to see how far of a win streak you can get on her with some good perks. But GG's, GG's. On that note, guys, as always, if you did enjoy the show, please make sure to hit that follow button. Gonna ready though, check out our Actual Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sam Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota, where you can actually make me some spicy hot wings. You can choose my You can tell how tired I am. Dead by Daylight build, or much more. So make sure to stop on by and check that out. On that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST for a full 4-hour stream on the live servers. Bye-bye!